Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know, the Masters is always just incredible theater.
Absolutely. Peak golf.
But what about when things get really tight? Like beyond the 72nd hole?
The playoff.
Exactly. We wanted to kind of unpack the Masters playoff format today. Ever wonder what actually goes down when these legends finish dead, even at Augusta?
Yeah, it's a fascinating setup designed for a pretty quick, decisive finish, really.
Okay, so what's the fundamental rule then, if there's a tie?
Well, the core rule is simple. If players are tied after all 72 holes, a sudden death playoff kicks off immediately.
Sudden death. Okay, in golf terms, what does that actually feel like for the players? It sounds incredibly high pressure.
Oh, it is. It basically means the very first player to score lower on a playoff hole than, everyone else they're tied with. They win right then and there.
Wow. So no aggregate score over a few holes like some other tournaments?
Nope. It's immediate. Winner take all on each hole they play in the playoff.
That must just pile on the pressure. One shot can make or break it.
It really does. You could argue it's even more pressure than, say, a 3-hole aggregate, where you might have a chance to recover. This truly captures the high-stakes feel of the Masters.
Okay. So where does this sudden death battle actually happen? With Hills holes at Augusta?
Right. So the playoff traditionally kicks off on the 18th hole, that iconic finish.
Here's the amphitheater finish.
Exactly. And if they're still tied after playing the 18th, then they head over to the 10th hole, the par 4 downhill one.
Whoa, that's a tough one.
It is. And that pattern, 18th then 10th, just keeps alternating. One hole at a time until somebody wins.
So 18-10, 18-10, until it's settled. Why those two specifically, do you think?
Well, like you said, the 18th gives you that huge dramatic stage, and 10th is just a really demanding hole, tests accuracy right away.
Yeah, I could see that. Finishing drama on 18, then immediately shifting to the strategic challenge of 10. It really keeps that tension cranked up, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And another key thing is the efficiency. Unlike, some places where they play maybe 3 or 4 holes regardless.
Right.
The Masters format, this sudden death, it avoids that potential for players still being tied after the set playoff holes. It guarantees a winner, usually pretty quickly, maximizes the excitement, really.
Okay, so just to be clear, say 3 guys are tied. They play 18. One guy makes birdie, the other 2 make par.
It's over. Birdie wins. Instantly.
Wow. Okay. It doesn't matter if the other 2 parred or bogeyed, just that one score was lower.
Precisely. That's the sudden part of sudden death. It eliminates players hole by hole if needed, but the moment one player posts a better score than all the others on that specific hole, they've won the green jacket.
Man, you can just picture the historic moments that must create, even without going into specific playoffs, the sheer intensity.
Definitely. And that brings us to maybe nailing down a couple of key terms.
Good idea.
So playoff holes at the Masters, that specifically means the 18th and the 10th. The extra holes used to break the tie.
Got it. 18 and 10.
And sudden death, just to reinforce it, means that first lower scorer wins it all. It's a direct head-to-head or sometimes head-to-head-to-head battle on each hole.
Okay, so let's sort of recap the main takeaway here. Tie after 72 holes at the Masters means immediate sudden death.
Yep.
Starts on 18, alternates to 10 if needed, continues that loop.
Until one player scores lower than everyone else on a single hole.
And that immediate, intense pressure is really what defines it.
Exactly. It just shines a spotlight on the mental fortitude needed. Performing under that kind of stress on those incredibly famous holes, it's something else.
It really is. Makes you think, doesn't it? Imagine yourself in that spot, sudden death at Augusta, standing on the 18th tee, maybe the 10th. What's the one shot you'd actually want to have to hit under all that pressure? Something to ponder. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.